Jai Gurudev. Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के इवनिंग सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. We begin your session by chanting Om 3 times. Today we are on 144th session. आज हम लोग 144वें सत्र में यहाँ पे पहुंच चुके हैं. We will continue to start a new topic today. We are into the 7th chapter, Nirvan, Prakaran, Uttarradh, and we are on the 122 sub-chapter. And today we'll be beginning with something called as Avidya Akhyan. So this ignorance and this world is full of such avidya, full of such ignorance because of this maya, because of this delusion, because of this illusionary nature of the world. What one can do and how they can get stuck into this avidya, into this delusion, into this maya, into this illusion is something which is really, really amazing. And here Vashishta Muni tells a story of king called Vipshchit Raja. So how does that Vipshchit Raja goes through this avidya? That is something very phenomenal, very, very interesting story to know about. But there are very deep rooted takeaways of that. So first we'll listen to story, what is it there been said about it, and then we'll see what are the takeaways that we can withdraw with. When we go ahead with the takeaways, we have to go beyond the story. We have to go beyond the words, what is being directly said. What is the moral of the story? What is that one can infer out of it? No, that is something completely left to our imagination. That is completely left to our brainstorm session. Now you are welcome to, you will be able to contribute your own takeaways, your own experience about this story, and we'll have that brainstorm session at the end of the session. So for now, let's all sit comfortably. I welcome all our Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers, and all our Facebook viewers to today's session. Let's continue to offer our prayer and continue with the session. Aram se बैठ, sit comfortably. Make your spine erect. Close our eyes. Let's close our eyes. And let's bring back our attention to our breath. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. We started our day with the sadhana. We continued with meditation in Gurudev's voice. We listened to Yog Vaashishtha session in the morning. That session is in Hindi. Then throughout the day, whatever the daily routine work, either the work at the home or whatever the work if you are working professional, you have done that. Now this is your time to relax and be with yourself. Soak ourselves into knowledge. Take one more deep breath and let go everything. Come hollow and let's take a deep breath in for Omkar chanting. Let us invoke the divinity within. Guru का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानंद रूपोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् 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 Today we are celebrating the Datta Jayanti. The Datta is the divinity which is represented in the form of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh coming together to express ourselves as Guru Datta. And this is what we express in the form of Guru Vandana. Let's do the Guru Vandana. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Tasmai Shri Shri Gurave Namaha. Wish you all a very, very happy Datta Jayanti. दत्त जयंती की आप सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Let us pray to the divine. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the actions that are happening, whatever the thoughts hold on to this mind, and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect. The impressions that might be getting created on our memory. And if still there is an iota of that I, me. Let all that be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, if you have already experienced that there is nothing that can bind you, and if you already experienced that freedom, let this remaining life be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Feeling the presence of the Master within and outside, slowly and gradually. With a gentle smile on your face, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. जय गुरुदेव. जय गुरुदेव. Let's continue with the session. Today we are looking at the Avidya Akhyan. Let's continue with the session now. We are into Avidya Akhyan and we'll be looking at the story of Vipshchit, king called Vipshchit. So in the last chapter, we saw that how Vaashishtha explains about something called the Chidakasha. That he explained that this Chidakasha, if you look it from the perspective of the creation of this universe, this Chidakasha is the only thing that comes into picture. And into that Chaita, that Spurana, that wanting to express itself comes into picture, and it gets into the feeling of I am something separate from that Chaitanya. And in that, it appears to create using the chitta, it creates that Chidakasha, that Chittakasha of the divinity is called that Chidakasha. And in that Chidakasha, using the Panchatan Matras, the Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, and all the things using the Pancha Mahabhuta, it happens to express itself in the form of this world which we know. But Vasishtha Muni explained that even though it happens there, it is just happening into the Chitta Akasha, inside the mind of that divinity. So this world is actually not the real world, it's the unreal world. And to express this, to make this as our own experience, he gives us multiple such examples. We also took an example of that Inception movie, into which that how does that in Inception they the architect who designs those dreams, they design the dream level 1, 2, 3, and 4, etc. And how does they happens to go from one dream to another dream to another dream. And that is where we come to know that probably what we are considering this as Jagrut Avastha, something as a real, something as Satya, could be possible that this is also just a dream. That the way you look at any particular dream, and then in dream, whatever happens, the moment you come out of that dream and you just become aware about this moment, you do not get affected what has happened inside the dream. Exactly in a similar fashion, the moment you come to a realization that probably that this outer world, what I seem to me as complete real world, the very awareness, that very moment of that awareness that this could be another dream, you get free from that. Whatever the sufferings, whatever the kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara, all this shantripus, the greed, anger, entanglement, somebody said something to you, your opinion about the people, your opinion about this thing, vastu, paristhiti, situation, about the people, about the outgoing tendency of your five senses, everything within a fraction of a second, just like that, it will just disappear, because you'll consider this just as a dream. When we come to this awareness, that point of time, we can realize, we can relate to why Master says that, oh, this is just unreal world. Kashi Bhaiya ka course karte hai, when you go and attend advanced meditation program with Kashi Bhaiya, he says, welcome to the unreal world. When we open our eyes, come out of your meditation, you are sitting with yourself, completely calm and that, and you open your eyes, he says, welcome to the unreal world. What does he mean by that? What does Gurudev mean by that? Oh, think that this just entire world is just like a game. Just look at this world, this reality as a sapna. What is it that you are going and trying to extract any meaning out of your dream? Forget about it. Even for me, even I see this reality, what seems to be reality for you as a dream. Why does that? Why he says like this? That meaning of that thing, yesterday we explored in a very detailed manner, very detailed fashion. After listening to this supreme level of knowledge and understanding that Chidakasha Sarupa, here Ram asked the question to Vasishtha Muni. He says that Bhagwan, you have explained that this Chidakasha, it is something which is aseen, this is anadi, something infinite in nature, something which is beyond any expression, that is something to be understood or not even understood. It can be just experienced by only your swanubhava, only by yourself. You can experience yourself, that Chidakasha. That is something, that is that knowledge, that supreme knowledge, that is something which is worth understanding in this life. It is that Chidakasha, that Chidaka Swarupa is there. In that Chidaka Swarupa only, this world is appearing just like a dream world, just like a Swapna Nagri. It is spread here, and yet it appears to be so real to us. Yet we know through our understanding that this is just a Shunya Bhuta, this is just nothingness, as Chidakasha is what? Akasha is what? Just nothingness. It is like that, and yet into the Drushya Sarupa, into the Drushya Rupa, we experience this, all the delusionary Maya, that Avidya which is there, we experience that. All these things I really understood, and I felt, okay, I resonate with your thoughts, and I get a feeling of that. But then he asked the but, because it doesn't leave any space, any iota of that doubt. It doesn't want to leave any doubt, any question in mind. So he keep asking such questions to Vasishtha Muni, and that dialogue that was between both of them is nothing but your Yoga Vasishtha. So he says that, but the ignorant person like me, he says that, okay, the normal, ordinary, for you, you are Gyani, for you, it's very easy to say this, what you say, but for the ignorant person like me, for the ordinary person like me, when this entire Srishti, this world appears so real, it appears so real. Why does it appear so real? First in place, that is the thing. Then if it appears so real, and if it is just an avidya, if it is just actually unreal world, if it is just an ignorance, if it is just that illusion, that maya, what is the swarup of that maya? What is the extension of that maya? What is the that reach of this avidya? What is the reach of this maya? And what is the tattva that makes spread this things, and how far it has gone? I really want to understand that. Kindly explain to me that. So in the last chapter, we saw that he explained about this Chidakasha, explained about the Brahman, explained about the Shiva Swarupa, that thing which is there, no? So that entire thing, something which cannot be expressed in words, something which is anirvachaniya, something which cannot be put into sentences or expressed into words, something which is that just can be experienced only by your Swarupa. And if that has expressed something in the form of this world, and if we say that that's unreal world, I really want to understand what that means, what that avidya is, what is the reach of that avidya, what is the reach of that ignorance, so that I can be free from that, so that I can come out of this illusionary world of this maya, illusionary world of this outer world. That is like Rama keeps asking many such intelligent questions, and there, that is where the Vasishtha Muni keeps coming and answering those questions. So here he says that for the Agya Purusha, for the ignorant people, if you look at this entire earth and this entire world, Jagadrup, if that avidya is there, that is what is there, Vidyaman, that avidya is there, and it appears to us like it is something which is completely real in nature, then in that thing, if that Brahma, so this Vasishtha Muni answers to him that, see, look at this, the way I have explained to you what Brahman is, what the Chidakash is, what the Shiva Avastha is, which is beyond our words, there is no ant, there is no end of that. You cannot go and say that, okay, it started from here and it ended here. No, nothing like that. That Brahman, that Sthiti, which we cannot define in words, something which is infinite in nature, like that Brahma is anirvachaniya, that we cannot put it into your words. Exactly in similar fashion, how this Vidya, how this avidya has this extension, and how it can actually spread its right. It is such a miraculous thing. It is such a chamatkaric thing. It is such a miracle thing. Then there is a very beautiful story behind it. Let me tell you that story, so you will understand that what are all the things that are possible in this miraculous world. So he continued to explain that story to now Rama. He says that, hey Rama, into this Vishal, into this infinite world, in one corner of that world, just like our world, just like our Brahmanda, our own universe, there's separate world like this. And in that world, it is just like it has all this Bhuva Swa, means there is a Bhumi, there is Bhuloka is there is Antariksha, there is a space is there, and there is a Swarloka. All these three Bhuvanas are there, situated there in that. That is how that world is, just like our own world. It is there, just like our own world, which is bound by the boundaries, the desha, bound by the time, the dimension XYZ. All these things are applicable into that. All these niyamas, all these things are applicable into that Brahmanda also. So that is where in the form of, there was this one island called Jambu Dvipa, and in this Jambu Dvipa, it was entirely surrounded by all the ocean, and that is where that one king who was very powerful, one who was very religiously following all his activities, and his name was, into that there was this Nagri called Tat. Into that Tat Nagri, there was this Raja, this king called Vipshchit Raja. So this Vipshchit Raja, he was very, very powerful. He was very famous. He used to perform all his duties very intact, and like that, his ministers also very powerful. So he was conducting his kingdom, he was ruling his kingdom very well. It was all going all very well. And then at that point of time, all this, he was always ready to help the people who are walking on the path of spirituality. He was a dharmatma, so he was always willing to welcome them, give them the donation, take care of them. He was always with a helping hand. And similarly, all his ministers, they were, and his soldiers also, they were also very much ready to take care of their kingdom, ready to protect that kingdom. So like that, all this surrounded with all such capable soldiers and capable ministers, he was appearing like Sudarshan Chakra. He was at the center core of their existence, and he was like a controlling power over there. Like that, he was there. So like that, if you see that in all these things, there all the four ministers that were there, and into all these things, once upon a time it happened like that, from one of the direction into his country, all the multiple direction, one of the direction, one person came, and then he started explaining that the one which our particular things was ruling that particular thing, and their outsiders, all the enemies have now attacked on us, and we are in a very bad condition. All on that front, all many of our soldiers have already died, and because of that things, there was some situation that arose. There was some pandemic kind of situation. Because of that, our front, our defense mechanism on that front become very weaker, and that is where the enemy have taken a benefit of that situation, and they have attacked on us, and now they are entering within our country with the speed of the air, with the speed of the Vayu. Like that, he continued to explain like that. So that point of time, everybody goes, and then by that time, when he is explaining, there are many people who are already died. It is just like at the time of pralaya, at the time of destruction of this world, how this entire water pervades into the entire Brahmanda, into the universe. Like that, their army is getting into our kingdom, and they are almost occupied from all the sides to us. So like this, after listening to this Mantrigana, so they said that Maharaj, you please kindly come up now, that they have already crossed that limit of that Sam, Dam, Bhed. That is not there now. We cannot really control that. You cannot go and negotiate with them. Now you cannot show any other thing, cannot use any other mechanism. The only thing that is there, go and punish them now. Give them the danda. You go and punish them, fight. Come on, let's fight. So that is the only option that is left with us. So now you kindly come up, and now you please take care of the situation. After listening to this, this Raja also was worshipping the Agni, the fire. So he happens to go back to his hall, where he has his prayer hall, and he goes and puts up the yajna over there, and he wants to offer his prayer, last prayer to the Agni, that thing, Agni Narayana, before he proceeds for the fight for the war. So he thinks, and this contemplate on that, and he thinks that, okay, I have done everything. Now I have really got into that virakti now. I don't feel like going and fighting now. And then let me do these things. Let me offer myself to this Agni itself. And with that intention, he cuts on his head, and he wants to offer that to Agni Narayana. And he does also that. So he cuts on his head, and he offers that to the Agni Narayana. The moment he does that, the Agni Narayana also is very kind enough for him. So when it sees that the four exactly same looking like Vipshchit king, they four different Vipshchit kings appear over there, and they go into all the four directions. With all the army, whatever they have, they go and now attack all the enemies. Now it has been said that there is very descriptive, in a very descriptive manner. It is explained in the book. So we always recommend you go ahead and read the book. For just for a reference, we are using this particular book, which is called Subodh Yog Vaashishtha. This Subodh Yog Vaashishtha book is in actually Marathi. It's written by Suman Mahadekar. She is also Punekar. She stays in Pune here. And so the third edition of this already published. So it's a good idea to purchase this book and go ahead and read it yourself. There is a very good description, that poetic, and that something which is very rich in all the words and all the ras, this Shringar ras, different rasas there. There's way to express things that has been full of that words. That's very beautiful to read it out. So do read it out so that some more insights. When you read it on your own, there'll be some dimension that you will also discover based on your own experience. So like this, that it's been said that okay, all these four Vipshchit kings, they go into all the four different directions into this thing. So that is what happens there when they go. So the one who goes into the so that is where that warlike situation comes, and then as this all the four Vipshchit Rajas, they are created out of Agni, they are created out of fire, so they are very powerful. So they goes and start fighting, and then it is we say that all these things they are capable of winning that war. So they goes and then they use all the astras and shastras and vidyas that they have, and using that they attack on the enemy, and then all the enemy, all the soldiers, they just kill just like that. No? The way the all the particles that will be blown away in the air like that, using these vidyas, using this powers that this all the four Vipshchit kings possess in them, because they are created out of fire and they have that blessings and boon with them. They are able to win this war in a matter of fraction of a second. They just go and then they like that, and they see that all the people who are attacking, all the soldiers of the enemy, they started running here and there like that. They continue to do that, and then they continue and then they finally reach to the last abode of their kingdom, where almost from all the sides, as it is a Jambu Dweep, it's an island, from all the directions there is a water. So they never went to that level of thing, they never saw that. So they reaches that thing in all the directions. All the Vipshchit Raja reaches to the end of that their bhumi, end of their land, and they reach on the bank of the ocean over there. So that is getting said. So that point of time, there's many different people who have attacked them. That is also explained here into detail. But when they got in to after winning the war, and they just now sitting tight there, and they are taking the rest, and that point of time they started thinking about it. They started contemplating about this. Oh wow, it is such a nice island, it is such a nice ocean. Look at this ocean, look at these waves, no? So they got engrossed into that beauty of the nature over there, and then they started feeling, oh, now that I don't want to go back, I just want to stay here for some time and let me enjoy this. So this is where that iota of that avidya, that ignorance or that illusion or that maya, that attraction comes into picture, that how this outer world attracts your five senses. That rupa, that experience of that nature makes them feel, oh, let me be here. No, let me experience it for some more time. No, this is what is called as maya. This is what is called as avidya. No? Because of all that, they see all the different wells of that ocean which used to be there on the back, just thrown out on the bank of that oceans. They seen all that, and because of that nisarga, because of that nature beauty, they wanted to stay over there. So like this thing, that if they see that now there is a beautiful explanation of this world also, the world around is also being given here. Now see how the attractions are being created. So he says that there are all these four directions. One goes into the north direction, one goes into south, one goes into east, and one goes into the north direction. In all these four directions, they go east, east, west, north, and south. In all the four direction. And what is it there here? In all the four direction, that is also being explained over here. That they go that into the Jambudvipa, which is surrounded by, there is some ocean called a Lavana ocean, and then after that, after covering that Lavan ocean, there is something called as Lakshadweepa. After that Lakshadweepa, there is this very long land is there. After that, there is an Ikshu Samudra. There is Ikshu ocean. That is something which is filled with the drinkable water. The one which was there, it was not drinkable, it was salty water. The one which is there is drinkable water. After that, there is this Kushadvipa. After that, there is this Surodha Sagara. So he continues to explain that such things, that there are 7 such islands, there are 7 such oceans. So we say, you know, Sapta Samudra is what we say. There are 7 oceans. So see, understand when this is recorded, right? When this has been told. Now we as a human being have advanced at this level where we are able to experience the things which is beyond satellites and beyond the things that is also there. They also have experienced that level of Brahmandas and all that. But what is that we are talking here? It is in the form of a man here. That person is in the form of a man, human. And then what is it that they do not have any other access? So they are traveling through physical body. So what is the physical body can have a reach, right? So they can have a reach of all these things. So that is what is being explained here. So there are 7 oceans like this. There are 7 different lands like this. Probably there are 7 continents like this. That is what has been going on here. So that is where said that this is Sapta Sagara, and this 7 lands and the 7 oceans are there. With that, it was all occupied. And then that is said that this is the Srishti Rupi Maya. This is what is the delusion. This is what is the attraction that is being, and it is so vichitra, it is so miraculous, and there is no end to this imagination. Whatever you can imagine, you will see that that exists in this world. So right now, if you see the species, 8.7 million species, 87 lakh million species are there. There are so many different types of animals. There are so many different types of different trees, and it's many varieties. So this is full of miracle. This is what we are talking only about our earth. There are so many such species that exist in your ocean, and there are so many things. And if you go beyond earth, there is so many things like this. There is no end to when you can talk about it. It's continuously going on. So that is where said that this illusory world, look at this nature of this illusory world. It is there. It is fully been presented in front of you, so that you are completely engrossed into that. You never get a want to come back to your own self, but then you are engrossed into this outside world. It is full like that. So like that, he said that if whatever you can imagine in all the Dahisha, in all the 10 directions, if you try to go and just try to search for the end of this, you will not get the end of that. It will continue like that. Like that only he feels that, and all this because of that Agni Narayana has given that thing. They go into all these 4 directions, and in this Panchabhutratma, this all the world which is created out of these 5 elements, like that, there is no Antim Maryada. There is no, it seems to be very endless to them, but yet they are not satisfied with this. They want to go see what is it there. After that, that is what is there. That is what is they want to see. So like this, in this Vichitra, this Srishti, Vichitra Srishti, like that, this Vipshchit, all the 4 Vipshchit, they started doing they go on a kind of pilgrimage, they on a tourism, they go on a travel, and they keep traveling into this. Because of the blessings of that Agni Narayana, they have acquired the different siddhis also. They have acquired the siddhis, so they can they can take over the laws of the nature. So like that, all the 4 Vipshchit starts walking, and then it happens like that. They starts walking, and they go enter into the ocean also. They are started able to walk on that water also, and they are going with such a speed that in a momentary they are going with the speed of a wind. So they are able to travel 100 yojan, such a long distance, within a fraction of a second. So they are going. They have that all these siddhis with them. So they are going. So they are able to cross that samudra, that ocean also. So that is where they go into all the 4 directions. That is their reach to see the world, that itcha, that craving inside to experience the world is not dying. In fact, it is growing and growing and growing. So like that, they continue. So like that, they go and see different very amazing places. So they go and see into the samudra, into that ocean, and at the end of that Dvipa, they go, and then they go at them. So look at this avidya, look at this maya, look at this illusion of this world, that they want to go and see the search. They are that craving to have and search, to search for something new. That doesn't die in them. They continue to go on land. Sometimes they continue to go into the ocean. Sometimes they continue to go into the forest. Sometimes they continue to like this. They started wandering here and there, and without having any limitation, without any experience, any pain. They were all going there because nothing was able to. They were so capable. There is nothing that was making them feel anything. No, they were beyond all these things. So like this, that out of all these four, the one who went into the western direction, that thing he saw that that particular Raja, he got into a bhavana, he got into an illusionary idea that he is immortal. So like that Abhimana was there. Because of that Ahankara was there, he gets into the ocean, and there is this very big fish, probably a shark, probably a Vishnu mean, that is called as Deva Masa. Somebody with shark, somebody very big fish, that just to reduce or take over of his Ahankara, that fish will drink him. And then that is, as it's a Deva Masa, it's things, it will go to the Shira Sagar, and that is where he owns that thing. He comes alive out of his things. Like that, the one and then he, after that, he travels towards the something called there is another river called Jhelum, and into that he continues to go there, and ultimately into the Shira Sagar he will think. So like that, he is not able to digest that, no, because it was something beyond, as these powers were there. If it was not able to digest it, it goes there and omits it out into that. So like that particular Vipshchit Raja, he goes there, no, his story stops. Then the one who has gone into the southern direction, that the king who has gone into the southern direction, he goes into this Ikshu Sagara, that ocean of that is where he saw the Yaksha Nagari. There's some other Nagari, some other things where the Yakshas, some other type of yonis, some other type of fishes that stay there. That is where this one Yakshan is there. There's one, this female Yaksha is there, and then using the Vashikaran, using the power of that taking over of their mind. Hypnotism is something which I can call. They that thing, using that power, using that siddhi, she takes over them, and then he becomes and stay with like her lover over there, and he stays there. And the one who has gone into the east direction, that thing goes into the Ganga, and with the Ganga river he continued to go into the Ganga Sagar. So like that, by looking at all the beauties around that Ganga and all these those nagaras and all these beauties, he continued to entangle into that only, and using that just to do that uddhara, he continued to go with the flow of that Ganga, and ultimately he gets into there is something there's one more Pradesh that is called as Kanyabunja in that Desha that he comes. And the one who goes into the north direction, that Raja, gets into the Pradesha of there who are the multiple females are staying over, the Apsaras are staying over. That is where he goes and do the Aradhana. It is the some pujas and Aradhana, and they gets into multiple different more Shaktis. No? He gets into the Siddhis. We saw that Ashta Siddhis, right? This Anima, Garima, the ability to become small, the ability to become big, Garima, Siddhis, etc. Siddhi. Like that, he achieves that Siddhi, and because of that, he now do not have any fear of death, and he become immortals like this. So Rama like this for Dirgha Kala, no, for a number of years passes like this, but yet so amazing, so Ashcharya, that they are wanting to see new does not end over there. It doesn't seem to be ending over there. They continue to keep on searching like this. Then Vasishtha Muni says, Rama, like this, let me tell you the things that happens after that. Then they go on onto the land, they go on into the some ocean, they go on into travel into the space. After that, into, and not only in one yoni, not just in the form of the humans, they got into many different species. Sometimes they become dog, sometimes they become horse, sometimes they become into multiple chitra vichitra. There's many multiple types of yonis, multiple type of species they get, and yet they're wanting to see the world did not end over there. Look at the illusion, look at the Maya. Isn't this happen with us also? I want to go here, I want to go to New York, I want to go to Germany, I want to go to Delhi, I want to go to Kashi, I want to go there. How much? Come on, stop. How much you'll travel? कितना घूमोगे? ये देखना है, वो देखना है, वो देखना है, कितना देखोगे? Is there a limit? Is there a limit? There is no limit. Understanding this realization will make you free. Understanding this awareness how much you want to see, how much you will be, how much you are capable of seeing with this physical body here. At least they have this power, so much of power that they are going here and there and going to different. What is happening with you? Probably you are also having those power. You are also going through all these multiple units, which is just that you are not aware. We are not aware about it. So it's possible. Probably we are also like that only. Probably we are one of the rupa of that Vipshchit who is now searching for all these things here. Who knows? What's the guarantee? There is no guarantee. Like this, they continue to experience this. The one who has gone into the east direction, he goes into this mountain called Kauncha Parvata, and that is where that one of the Rakshasa, that is one demon who eats it, but yet that it doesn't affect his body, and then he will go and tear out that stomach of that demon and he will come out. Like that, the one who has gone and he continues to go into that Kanya Kubja, that desha. The one who has gone into that north direction, he goes into, there is very big Vruksha, there is this forest of all the coconut trees, and in that theory, he go to that Pradesh and he sees there is a Shira Sagar, and then that is where he finds some people, anyway he's a king, so he starts ruling them, he set up his own kingdom and he starts ruling over them. And then he becomes the very big Dharmanishta, he started following all the rituals and he becomes like that. So that is where Dirgha Kala, he becomes the king of that and he rules that. The one who has gone in towards the Meru Parvata, there is Meru mountain, into the north direction, that is where he becomes the Kalparuksha, and into that with Apsara, there is one Apsara, he founds one divine lady, with that he spends 10 years like that. So, and the one who has gone into the south direction, that is that Vipshchita becomes the Shaka, and in that Vipa there is one Yaksha who curse him, and because of that curse he stays into that state for 100 years. No? Then after that 100 years, because of their another thing, he becomes the Shapa Mukta, he comes out of that curse, and then again he continued to go into north direction, and then he experiences that big kind of tsunami kind of experiences. Then he goes and enters onto the top of the mountain. That is where he says that sometimes he becomes the Shila, sometimes he becomes the Pashana. He stays into that position. Sometimes that Siddhas work comes and they again give the curse. He stays into that same thing for another 100 years. Like that, there is no end to this. So Vasishtha Muni says Rama like this, some of them become birds, some of them goes, that one who goes into the Paschim direction, that west direction, he becomes the Pakshi Raj, and then some of the one who goes into the Shamali Deepa, that becomes the Vruksha, and then in that by becoming that Pakshi, he stays with one another bird, and then he spends 10 years like that. The one who goes into the Mandar Parvat, there he finds that Mandari, Kinnari, and that Kinnari does again the hypnotism, and they get over there like this Dirgha Kalakramana. They get entangled into that, like this Vividha, like this n number of such experiences. All is four. Vipshchita goes into many different experience. After listening to this, very amazing. Obviously, that smile will come. What's going on here? I'm supposed to get a knowledge here. What is this Someshwar doing? Telling us all these stories, that is he thinking that we are kids? No? Many such questions that can arise and we can laugh at it. Even I am also laughing. So after listening to this Vrittanta, even Rama cannot control his laugh. He says that what's going on after listening to this, but yet that curiosity is still there in Rama, and he doesn't leave behind asking the question which can take out the nectar out of this. No? Even the story might appear so funny, even the story might appear, oh, what is going on here? It doesn't seem to end. What is the moral of the story? Come on, come back to the knowledge. We are here for the knowledge. Here was Rama asked Brahman, that you told me that there was one single Raja, one single Vipshchita, and then after that, one Deha, means there was one Deha, there is one body, and there was one Jiva, there was one individual consciousness. That how come he got into this Icha? How come he got into this experience of different people? How come that only one consciousness, that individual Jiva, individual consciousness, could experience these four different things? And not only that, After going beyond that, it started experiencing multiple other things. Come on, tell me, how is that possible? Please explain me this. So that is where Vashishtha explained that, look, this is what is, there is only one individual consciousness. There is one Jiva, but that Jiva has a power of being an ultimate observer. It's called something called as Sakshi Chaitanya. So if that one Sakshi Chaitanya, can I sit here and see the dream that I have gone four, I have become four Someshwar, and then in a dream I can see that I have gone in a four different direction and experiencing that. With one Someshwar this is happening, with another this is, or can Sharad is my friend here. So Sharad imagine that, okay, I am now sitting here and listening to Yog Vaashishtha, and there is another Sharad who is my copy in my dream, going and there and working on Jal Jagriti Abhiyan, and there's another Sharad who is going to office and is working on a laptop and working over there. There's another Sharad who is there with the family playing with his kids. What stops? Can anything stop experiencing like that? Just in the dream, it's possible, right? We'll say yes, it's possible. If it is a dream, why not? It's possible. Then that is where the Vashishtha is that this only one individual Jiva, using this Sakshi Chaitanya Bhava, that thing just like a Swapna, because of this avidya only. This is what the ignorance is. Nothing of that sort exists in reality. Nothing of that sort actually exists. But this chitta is so capable that it can, this is what is avidya. Thinking yourself at four different places and doing all these things. What is it that? And then experiencing and assuming yourself into this different bodies, this different nana deya kalpana, this imagining yourself into those different bodies, and then getting into the kalpanic deya. And in that having those vishayas, mitratva, shatrutva, whatever is that, if you feel that thing in your experience, that like that bhava, that feeling experiences that, and because of this bhavana, because of this different feelings, because of this different cravings, different types of ichha, different cravings, that one experiences this bhoga, they experiences this, and this they get to this experience of like this. So they get experience of multiple such other experiences in their life into this bhogya vishaya, into this particular thing, and this indriya, all the your five senses, and that they come together. And yet that moola, that chaitanya is, even though it's pure, it is so calm and thing, just like a mirror. What happens with the mirror? That you place a mirror here, and here in front of the mirror you place an insect, it will reflect insect. You place a mountain here, it will reflect mountain. Or if there is a sun and moon, it will reflect the sun and moon, like that. Does it have any choice here? Does it judge anything? Nothing. Whatever you show here, the mirror will just simply reflect. So he said that Chaitanya, that Chidakasha is just like your mirror. You just imagine something here, this Chidakasha will reflect that it exists. You imagine something here, just do the Kalpana in the Chittaka, because all these things are happening where? This, what is this mirror is? The Chidakasha. What is that individual consciousness here? Is the your own Chittakasha. That this Chittakasha has imagined using this Ahankara, I am somebody separate than Chaitanya, and then it has formed its own universe, its own world, into the form of the Chittakasha. And in that Chittakasha, Chitta is nothing but what? Your Chitta is nothing but your buddhi, your intellect, your mind, your aham, and your smriti, your memory. Considering four together, it forms your Chitta. And then that Chitta is imagining that I have these two hands, I have this body, this deha. Means there is a subtle body, Ativaikshari, inside the Chitta, and then it is imagining the grassroots level body, the Stula body, which is there outside. Does it exist? It is just an imagination. So when this is there, this Chitta Akasha imagine itself into different soma or forms, what does this Chidakasha does? It just act like a mirror, that's it, and it just reflect what is there. So there is no, this is endless because it is kalpanic. Vashishtha means that is just like that mirror. Whatever is being experienced, whatever is being there, imaginated, it will just reflect. Your Chidakasha will reflect without anything. Like that. So like that, this Samvid is what is called as awareness, Jani, or called Chaitanya there. Like that, whatever it appears in front of it, either in the form of Sthira, Chalita, Pravahit, whatever it comes to the drishti of that, that will what it will become, it will assume the form of that. It will assume the akara, it will assume the form of that, like that into the swachh akash, swachh arasha. Arsa means in this the clean mirror, how all the rivers, all the mountains, etc., etc., even the very, very big things, how it will just accumulate as a pratibimba, as a reflection in that, like that only into this chidakasha, all these different forms that appear, just like a pratibimba, just like a reflection of that. So if somebody sees that, if somebody gets into doubt of this, that if this jagat is there, if this world is there, and if it is really that chitta swarupa only, and if it is that having that plain clean image of that jiva rupa into this chitta, arthat, into that thing is that pratibimba, how come that reflection of that thing, because it's pure, it's not supposed to have any such impression on it. So how does this impressions actually create there? How does this pratibimba, how does this reflection actually comes over there? If somebody has such doubt, then what that thing, it is like, it is the same one, eka dravyamay, means this only one energy, one matter. So it's, even though it appears, so for example, if we have take an example of a clay. With a clay, you give it one shape of, let's say, glass. With the same clay, you give a shape of a cup. With the same clay, you give it a shape of some murti, some idol. With the same clay, you give it a shape of something else. In all the four things, the clay, that one dravya, that one matter remains same, right? All that you are calling that, oh, this is murti, this is idol, oh, this is glass, oh, this is cup. You call it with some two different names because of the different forms are there. But what is the reality over there? Just one mud, it's just one clay. The moment this is broken, again what will remain is just one clay, that's it. So using like that, it is that one dravya into that mirror, that thing that is expressing itself as different reflection. It appears different than each other, but if you see into the Paramartha Rupa, into the spiritual angle, Adhyatma Rupa, this Chitrup is only appearing into the different forms. It's only one Chaitanya, it's only one consciousness that is appearing as Sharad here, that is appearing as Sangeeta ji here, that is appearing as Someshwar here. It is but just one Chaitanya, it's just one thing that is taking different names, but just because there is a different, probably the akara can look and feel, and that's about it. It's been given 3 different names here. But if you see, go beyond that thing, beyond that akara, because beyond that look and feel, beyond that form, then you will see that there is only one single consciousness, one Chaitanya is there, which is appearing into this. And this Chaitanya, this Achinta Chaitanya, because of the Maya Shakti only playing this, it's giving this reflection of this pratibimba, that reflection which appears in the mirror. It is just the krida, it's just the game that is going on, and it experiences expressed like that. So that is where Vasishtha Muni said that this Chaitanya, this same consciousness, it is having that Achinta Maya Sarupa, Maya Rupa. Because of that Upadhi, this Kriya, this Pratibimba Kriya, that reflection of these things which is going on, which is just into that Chidakasha, is one such big mirror, and in that, whatever is being imaginated, it will just reflect that. It will appear as if it is true. But something which is there in the things, is it true in the world of mirror? Nothing. Just you break the mirror, finished. That will vanish. So like that, all these things will become all these things which we say that matter and all this, it will just appear there. Yet the one who is experiencing that Chaitana, the one who is experiencing that Jiva, that Bhokta, that Pratikriya, that one who says that I am the experiencer here, that Chaitana, that Jagat Vastu, that thing will always be there in all the matter. It will be omnipresent, it will be omnipotent, it will always be there. So even if you look at from the perspective of the buddhi, from the vastu, from the things, the matter, that pratibimba, that thing is always remain into all that. But it is that we know that that is that reality, that is just a dream, that is just a illusionary thing, That is what is being said. So like Rama, look at this Maya, look at this illusion, how it entangled into this Vipshchit Raja, what is happened to him. And like that, he still continued to go into all these directions. And because of this Maya, because he's got entangled into this Maya, see what is different type of akalpit, unimaginated dukkhas and sorrow that he has to go through. Kwachit, some people only, the people who are walking on the path of this spirituality, walking on the path which is shown by the master, they come onto this, they do some Shubha Karma, they do, and they get into the Shubha Phala of that. Otherwise, the so many illusionary, so many attractions are there in this world. The Samanya Manushya, the ordinary people are caught up into this. They are going and they think, oh, I am going to party, I am going to this, doing something here and there, I am enjoying my life. Come on, my dear, probably that is not what the enjoyment is. One who are Yogi Purusha, the one who are walking on this path, using that Shakti, they do take this very Sankalpana of Deha Dharana. Even the people like, or even the gods like Vishnu, they also at a time assume this Virat Swarupa, and then using multiple hands they appear. Even the Siddha Purushas, at one point of time, they are able to go into different places at a time. How come they are present? That they use the same thing, they use the same technique. No? And using that technique only, they do all these things. Just like that Vipshchit Raja appeared to go into all four directions, but he got entangled because he wasn't had awareness. No? He was yet ignorant, and he went just because that boon that appeared, that Agni Narayana got that boon, but yet he was caught up into avidya. So he could not use that in a proper direction. He misutilized those powers to get entangled again and again into this Maya, into this avidya. Like that Rama, this Vipshchit Raja gone into all the four directions over here, and he has experienced different body. So that is what the question answer for the question which Rama asked. So that is what where our chapter concludes. Tomorrow this story of this Avidya Akhyan continues for 4 sub-chapters. So we'll look into it. The remaining portion tomorrow. For today, I'd like to hand over this session to all of you. You are welcome to ask any questions if you have, and you are welcome to share, contribute your takeaways. What are your takeaways? Or what is it that you think about this story? What do you think? What has happened here? What are your takeaways, which may be direct contributions from the story, or which could be indirect contributions, something which is beyond the words, something which could be the moral of the story. Whatever you feel, it's your platform. You are welcome to express yourself. The unmute option is already been made open over here, and you are welcome to express yourself. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. Anything to be expressed? Sharad ji, would you like to say something? Savita ji, Sangeeta ji. Go ahead, please.
Yes, from today's session, it seems that it is the play of consciousness only.
Yes, it's the play of consciousness in the form of that avidya, and that maya, that delusion is so powerful. It is equally powerful to that Brahman. No, it is equally endless. Just like that Brahman is endless, Adi, Adadi, Ananta. This avidya is also like Adi and Ananta. That is the reason when Gurudev was being asked this question, that okay, we understand that this is maya. How do we get out of it? Tell me. Well, they come on, can you get out of it? Forget about it. That is a bigger maya, that I want to get out of this maya. Where will you go? You cannot get out of it. It's like that fish is asking, oh, I understand that is all the water around me. I want to get out of this water. Come on, my dear fish, get out of this water, understand that this is water, be with it. Learn how that water will not affect you. In fact, learn that is there, that water is there. Just be aware about that fact. So you cannot get out of this Maya. Let it be there. You smile. You go within yourself. You will be free from this Maya. If you want to be outside, go and have an outward direction. Your vritti, your way of looking, get entangled into the drishya. Forget about it. You will never get over. It is such a vast, it is such a infinite avidya. It is such an infinite illusory world which is set out there, and it will keep on engaging you n number of years. N number of years it will continue. Sangeeta ji, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Someshwarji. It was a very nice session. And regarding the ignorance, we had a great one. Key, you know how ignorance, even if you get it, but if you ignore about it, you cannot use them. So using the tools also, you need that awareness. Actually, you have to read everything. Even you remember the Swamiji came, he said, we need to read the manual. You know, even if you have to operate the washing machine, he couldn't operate that washing machine because everything was available to him. The soap, the water, the connection, everything, clothes were there, everything was there. But he couldn't operate because he didn't read the manual. So without reading, this is Yog Vaashishtha, I feel, is a manual where you get exactly how to operate the things which are there available to you. Everything is available, but you don't know how to operate it. So that is this user's manual. We should read it again and again to get, be clarifying. And my takeaway, there are many more. One of them is the mirror. I liked it very much. So it is just like when you come here, you sit here, you read the knowledge, or you do your sadhana, you do the satsang. What happens? It is only you're polishing your mirror. That's it. There's a small story. It's okay if I take 2 minutes. No? So there's a small story. So they were all, बैठे थे सब राजा के दरबार में, and they were polishing a wall. It was a wall basically, and all of them, those laborers, they were just going on polishing that wall. So they were asking, why are you doing that? So they said ki, I don't remember exactly, but the meaning was, the moral was, when you polish, it's like your mind is also, all this is like a wall actually, and you keep on polishing it. When you polish, it turns into that mirror because it starts reflecting. So that consciousness, when it dawns, it is that reflection, that what you said, it's like a mirror, and then everything is just reflection in that whole world. Whatever it appears to you is just a reflection, but you yourself, you have the consciousness. So from that story of that stone, you can connect here that you keep on polishing, you turn into a mirror. So even that is the way. So when you come here, that knowledge from that inertness, that sentient, you're so, वो जड़ता से लेके वो हमको वो प्रकाश तक लेके जाता है. So from a speck of a dust, you become a star. So that is the journey. That whole thing is that you can connect it very well. And we see here, when you keep on coming, when you keep on, having that experience with you, you keep on contemplating on that, being with it, and then what happened? That Shravan becomes the Manan, and that Manan becomes the Nidhyasan. That when it comes into your life, when you have that Manan in you, that Chintan keeps on happening, so it is that Amrit which comes out, and that takes you in that Nidhyasan, means that your life turns into that. So that reflection, what we saw in the mirror, it was very beautifully explained by you also. And just as an object is reflected in a mirror, so this world appears in the Brahman. Yeah. And then this reflection seems to be in the mirror, but it is not there. Even though the world appears to be, it is not there. It's just a reflection. It doesn't affect you anymore. That A, B, C won't affect you. That level which keeps on going up and down. Now what is there? There are the veils actually. in front of our mind, of that ego, of that memories. So these are the veils actually which is covering the mirror. So even if the mirror is covered with a dust or a veil, if we imagine what happens, can we look ourselves into that? No, not at all. So dropping those veils is cleaning the mirror with the dust to be out. And then what it produces, that is what it is. It is all Brahman. And that only a man who is enlightened, who has had that contemplation in that, can achieve that. Otherwise, for an ignorant man, this world is always to be a real. So that is what it is. That is my first takeaway. I would like to hand over to this to everyone. Whoever would like to say that. It was a very beautiful session today, and we have lot many others also, but this is my first takeaway. So over to you. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. So wonderful, Sangeeta ji. And dekho, yadi if that is just that mirror, and if this what is going on is just a reflection of that, then why to show such a reflection that this person came to me, he said this to me? Why such petty thing? Yeah, show something big. Mirror hi hai. If it is just a mirror anyway, why we are showing this mirror? Oh, this is what happened. This is I did not get to eat this. This is what happened. This somebody came to me and said something to me. Why so many petty things? Why are you showing this mirror? Something petty. Show it that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Show it that you are meditating. Show you are in a bliss. Is it not a good idea to show when anyway it's what you are going to show in that mirror, what is supposed to be? Then show something good for that matter. No, anyway, it's your choice, right?
Yeah, can I add that? It's not showing in the mirror. The mirror is reflecting. Mirror is not showing anything, but it is just reflecting. So whatever is the phase, it will reflect. See, if you take it to the mountains, it will reflect the mountains. If you show the river, the mirror, it will reflect that. So maybe the Chit Akash, whatever is happening, maybe no, it is like that only. Whatever is happening is being reflected because we are going into others' Chit Akash. We are staying with everyone, na? So it is not only my Chitta Akash, everybody is connected. If you are connected to everybody, then maybe that is also to be seen, right? Isn't it?
I'll go into the final details of that now, what I mean. Yeah. So what we are seeing here, that there is this Chidakasha, and this mirror, you have become that mirror. So now what will you reflect? You will reflect something which is there in front of you. What is it that you will reflect? Let's take an example of individual consciousness first, then we'll move on to the bigger, multiple other individual consciousness. So what is it that, for example, into this Chidakasha, I am there. This Chidakasha is what we are. That is what we take that bhava, right? That I am this Chidakasha. I have become that pure mirror. Now what is it that will reflect? There is one this Chittakasha that exists, right? That Chittakasha, one Chittakasha of Someshwar, another Chittakasha of Sangeeta, another Chittakasha of somebody else. Now this Chidakasha will reflect. So this Chittakasha of Someshwar sees, oh, Sangeeta's Chittakasha came to me, it said something to me. Then Someshwar Chittakasha sees, oh, something has, I went there, it has happened like this, something to me. And that is what what Chidakasha will do, it will reflect that, same thing. So when we say that if we have that choice that it is going to reflect whatever is that we offer, why to offer it a very petty thing? It is going to reflect that, right? So offer offer that, let the Chittakasha think, oh, you are the Brahman. Why you thinks, and that is what is going to, Chidakasha is going to reflect, why we think small. It is something like that Chidakasha is standing in front of you. It said that whatever you say is tathastu. वो बस reflect करेगा ना. If it is going to reflect that whatever is being asked there, just a reflection of what is going on, why to ask for petty things? That is what the problem is, that what we ask is very petty, or what we experience or what we focuses on is something which is very, very petty in front of this. So what I'm saying is that at the level of that Chittakasha, leave it. Or if you do not want to leave it, at least see, the best thing is that don't ask for anything, neither good or bad, nothing at all. If at all you want to ask for something, ask for the highest. It's like somebody's standing in front of you and they're asking, ask for the boon. I'll reflect it. My hand is like this, like a mirror, and I'll just say Tathastu. That's it. I don't know anything else. I'll just say Tathastu. That's it. Whatever you ask, I will give. At that point of time, what is it that we are supposed to ask? That boon is ready, Tathastu. That mirror is ready to Tathastu. What is that you will ask? Ask for the highest. That is what I meant by this. Okay, now when this mirror is there, when the Chittakasha of Someshwar is asking for something, naturally there will be Sangita ji is also that she is also be asking something. Naturally there is Ramaji also there. She is also asking something. To Someshwar also it's saying Tathastu, to Sangita also saying Tathastu, to Rama also. Because वो तो कोई जज नहीं कर रहा है ना, जब चिदाकाश को जज नहीं कर रहा है, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि अपने को चॉइस दी है, तो संगीता जी क्या पूछती है, रमा जी क्या पूछती है, उसमें घुसने से पहले, अटकने से पहले सोमेश्वर को तो फ्रीडम है ना, फ्री विल है कि तुम्हें जो चाहिए मांगो भाई, मांगना है तुम्हें ना, तो रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा. तो तुम मांगते समय क्यों कंजूसी करो, क्यों पिटी चीज के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं? आस्क फॉर समथिंग व्हिच इज हाईएस्ट. इसलिए मैं बोला कि ऐसी स्थिति हो जाती तो अभी आस्क फॉर द पसायदान, आस्क फॉर द हाईएस्ट. दैट इज व्हाट वी डू. हम लोग क्या प्रेयर करते हैं एक्चुअली, हम लोग एग्जैक्टली यही प्रे करते हैं बिफोर वी स्टार्ट द सेशन कि अगर कुछ मांगना ही है तो आस्क फॉर द हाईएस्ट. क्यों पिटी, व्हाई टू आस्क फॉर द पिटी? स्मॉल थिंग क्यों भाई, रिफ्लेक्ट करने वाला है, मिरर है तो आस्क फॉर द हाईएस्ट. एंड देन होता है तो हो, फिर होता है बिल्कुल तो फिर बात ही क्या है फिर. हाँ ये बात थी. दैट इज व्हाट आई रियली मीन. And then obviously at that thing everybody else is also there, their Chittakash is also, and this mirror will reflect whatever Sangeeta ji ask for, mirror will reflect it. Whatever Rama ji asks for, mirror will reflect that also, because वो तो judgment नहीं कर रहा है, वो तो discriminate नहीं कर रहा है ना, वो तो बस reflect कर रहा है. It will reflect, so it will reflect for everybody. Whatever you ask for, it will reflect.
But भैया, reflected consciousness maybe not are different. All the consciousness are the same, belongs the same consciousness.
करेक्ट ना, वो सबका चिदाकाश एक ही है ना.
एक रूम में अगर बहुत सारे मिरर है और एक आदमी खड़ा है,
करेक्ट,
हर एक मिरर में रिफ्लेक्टेड होगी उनकी ये प्रतिच्छवि. तो जैसे होगी तो कॉन्शसनेस आर नॉट डिफरेंट कॉन्शसनेस, they are same. Your consciousness and my consciousness are the same, belong to the same consciousness.
बिल्कुल सही बोला ना, हम दोनों एक बात बोल रहे हैं. वो अलग अलग नहीं है मिरर ना, एक ही मिरर,
एक ही मिरर है,
एक ही मिरर है. तो वो मिरर काम क्या करेगा, उसको जो दिखाएगा वैसे ही दिखाएगा वो. दैट्स इट. मिरर का मिरर जजमेंट लगाता है क्या?
नो,
नहीं, कोई जजमेंट. जैसा वैसे दिखता है, वो प्रतिबिंब दिखाता है ना, सिर्फ वो तुम्हें तुम्हारा दिखाता है ना. वो आईना दिखा रहा है तुम्हें, तो सबको आईना दिखाता है वो ऐसे. ये ठीक है, आप व्हाट यू सेड इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन कि भाई मिरर एक ही है सबके लिए, वो दिखा रहा है आपको आईना. तो जब वो आपको आईना दिखा रहा है तो इसका मतलब तुम बोल रहे हो मैं दुखी हूं, तो वो बोलेगा तुम दुखी हो. फिर मिरर है ना, वो क्या करेगा? मिरर बोलेगा दुखी हो, बनो दुखी. ये बोलेगा मैं सुखी हूं, मैं आनंद में हूं. कौन रोकेगा तुम्हें आनंद? मुझे बताओ ना, अभी इस क्षण में तुम बोलोगे मैं मुक्त हूं, कौन रोकेगा? किसकी ताकत है तुम्हें रोकने के लिए कि तुम अपने आप का अनुभव करे कि मैं अभी इस क्षण में मैं मुक्त हूं? Who will stop you? किसी की भी पावर नहीं कि आपको मुक्त होने से एक क्षण में रोके. बिकॉज आप बोलोगे मैं दुखी हूं, मैं रोने वाला चेहरा बना लूंगा, तो फिर क्या है? मिरर रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा भाई, दुखी हो तो रो. फिर आर यू गेटिंग दिस क्लियर? हाँ संगीता जी, गो अहेड.
Yeah, I would love to say, add to this. Suppose if somebody comes, I have read this, if somebody comes who is very angry, so that reflects in your mirror and that anger rises. And sometimes even you, without having that anger in you, you know, say it in that way, जैसे वो सामने वाला एंगर का वो आता है and it reflects. So mirror is more of reflecting rather than asking, isn't it? Am I clear about it? The mirror, when you say the mirror consciousness,
Yes,
is more
yes,
of reflecting.
हाँ, मुझे समझ में आ रहा है।
हाँ, रिफ्लेक्टेड कॉन्शसनेस।
हाँ, हम लोग ये एनालॉजी को, ये तर्क को इस तरह से लगाएंगे ना, तो यह तर्क उस तरह से हो जाएगा कि भाई समथिंग, देयर इज अ सोप विच इज अ क्लीनिंग एजेंट, एंड जो गंदगी है वो गंदगी आके सोप को गंदा करेगी। अभी सोप गंदा नहीं हो सकता कभी भी, है ना। वो जो है यहाँ पे एक एनालॉजी हम लोग देख रहे हैं, कोई वो सिर्फ रिफ्लेक्ट करता है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई जाके गुरुदेव के सामने एंगर में आ जाए, तलवार लेके खड़ा हो जाए तो गुरुदेव भी तलवार, बिकॉज जस्ट रिफ्लेक्शन मिरर। वो तर्क वहां पे फिट नहीं बैठता है। वो चैतन्य के सामने कुछ भी मैल आ जाए वो कभी गंदा नहीं होता। वो सोप की बात है, वो सोप का काम क्या है? गंदगी को मिटाना, गंदगी को साफ करना। तो वो इतना शांत है, इतना प्रेममय, इतना करुणामय है, इतना, उसकी स्थिति ऐसी ही है, चैतन्य की स्थिति है। हाँ, क्या क्या रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा? इट्स नॉट दैट मिरर, प्रोबेबली इट इज दैट चित्ता, है ना। दैट इंटरमीडिएट चित्ता will probably reflect what we say, but the one chaitanya, वो शांत है, वो आकाश की भांति शांत है, वो उसको कुछ नहीं पड़ी हुई है। हाँ, क्या रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा मैं बताता हूँ, I'll get that there। वो रिफ्लेक्ट क्या करेगा? Yes, this one particular chitta of Someshwar is there. There is another chitta of Rama has come into picture. Rama was very angry. Rama means I am talking about the chitta, and I am talking, there is one Sakshi Bhava, one ultimate observer, which is an ultimate mirror. वो mirror क्या दिखाता है मैं बताता हूँ। Now that Chittakasha is there of Rama, who is completely into angry mode now, has come to the Chittakasha of Someshwar, and now Someshwar can show two different reactions. Just I'm taking a very hypothetical example here. First, Someshwar will show a reaction of getting angry back. Angry back. What this will show? What the mirror will show? Rama is angry. Someshwar also become angry. Does it discriminating? Does it showing that Rama is angry and Someshwar is not angry? Yet Someshwar is angry, and will that Chittakasha or with that Chidakasha, that mirror will show differently? It will not show differently. It will show the state of what Someshwar is into. But it's possible that Rama is come in an angry mood, Someshwar is calm. Because Someshwar is not at the level of Chitta Akasha, Someshwar have become one with the Chitta Akasha. No? So वो क्या करेगा? अपने आप में वो शांत बैठेगा। तो अभी मिरर क्या रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा? Rama has come, she is angry, Someshwar is still calm. जो गुरुदेव के साथ अक्सर होते हुए दिखते हैं हम लोग। This is what happens ना। So ये दोनों चीजें पॉसिबल है। Yet that mirror is common. मिरर से दिखा रहा है कि भाई रमा जी आई, रमा जी का चित्ताकाश में एंगर था, सोमेश्वर के चित्ताकाश में एंगर नहीं उत्पन्न हुआ। कभी उत्पन्न हो भी, अच्छा एक सिचुएशन में नहीं हुआ, जरूरी नहीं कि हर सिचुएशन ना हो, ये भी कोई गारंटी नहीं है, कोई गारंटी नहीं है, बट उस समय नहीं हुआ। तो ये मिरर क्या दिखाएगा? वो साक्षी भाव से क्या दिखेगा? इधर एंगर उत्पन्न हुआ, इसके में नहीं हुआ, वही दिखाएगा। डज दैट मेक सेंस? डज दैट मेक सेंस? है ना। इस तरह से ये हम लोग थोड़ा बुद्धि के लेवल पर करने का प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं इसको।
Right. Perfectly you explained. What about when we have to take decisions? Okay, this is Chittakash आए और नहीं हुआ and all, it's okay. But when you see कि game is unfair, and when you see कि you are being targeted, and when you see there are other things which are coming up which is not to be done, it is quite unfair. That time what do? Do you take an action, or you just be, okay, I'm a Chittakash and just let it be? Because I think so, according to that king, he also took the decision being natural at that time, and it was spontaneous when it was required, right?
And there is absolutely nothing wrong if we say that, okay, there is a soldier standing who is protecting our country, and there is enemy who is coming attacking on us, and we say, oh, be Chidakasha. अभी वो चिदाकाशा नहीं बनेगा भाई, उसकी ड्यूटी निभाएगा वो एक्शन से, वो उसकी एक्शन से उसकी ड्यूटी है, उसका रोल है टू बी अ सोल्जर, ही विल प्ले द रोल ऑफ सोल्जर। सीधे को एग्जैक्टली ऐसे ही कंफ्यूजन में अर्जुना भी फंस गया था। अर्जुना क्षत्रिय होके बोल रहा था वो तो यार मेरे रिलेटिव्स है, वो तो मेरे ये, मैं कैसे जाके युद्ध करूं, क्यों मैं युद्ध करूं? जैसे कुछ छोटे से टुकड़े को पाने के लिए या कुछ भूमि को पाने के लिए मैं क्यों उनसे युद्ध करूं? कृष्णा क्या बोलते हो उसको? कम ऑन, वेकअप टू द रियलिटी। तुम ऐसे इसमें फंस गए हो ऐसे बिकॉज ऑफ दिस बुद्धि एंड दिस तर्क। जो तर्क तुम लगा रहे हो तर्क नहीं है, वो कुतर्क है। बोलते कम ऑन वेकअप। एंड देन फिर कई सारे एग्जाम्पल देता है जो हम लोग गीता में देखते हैं, कई सारे अलग अलग उनको वृत्तांत बता के बताते कि भाई सच्चाई क्या है। तो लाइक दैट ओनली अपने एक्शंस को करना बाहरी तौर पे, दैट्स ओके। बट उस शत्रु के प्रति, वो शत्रु वहां पे मर चुका है, उसकी बॉडी को जाके उसको पैर मारना, उसकी बॉडी को उसका अनादर करना, यह नीचता है। तो जो सच्चा इंसान है, जो अंदर से शांत है, वो उसके ऊपर गोली चलाएगा, वो मर जाएगी बॉडी, उस बॉडी का आदर और सम्मान करेगा। यदि नहीं है कोई आगे पीछे तो जाके उसका अंत्य संस्कार करेगा विथ फुल ऑनर एंड रिस्पेक्ट, और जरूरत पड़ी तो इट विल गिव इट बैक टू दैट कंट्री। ये होता है अंदर से शांत होना। अंदर से शांत, बाहर से जो कर उसकी जो क्रिया करनी थी वो क्रिया कर ली, बट देयर इज नो इंप्रेशन दैट इज फॉर्म ऑफ दैट थिंग। तो क्रिया करने के आप मुक्त हो, यू आर मुक्त, बट अंदर से देयर इज नो नीड टू हैव दैट एंगर कैरिंग, देयर इज नो नीड। वो हो गया, खत्म, बस, दैट्स इट।
This is the difference between Chittakash and Chidakash.
चित्ताकाश एंड चिदाकाश?
Yes.
Good question. Chidakash is the chitta of the divinity.
Yes. वही तो
And
पूछ रहे हैं।
वही बता रहा हूँ।
हाँ,
चिदाकाश the chitta of divinity.
Yes.
One, इसको समष्टि कहते हैं। So there is only one Chidakash. How many Chidakash can exist? Only one.
Only one. तो चित्ताकाश में अगर एंगर होगी तो चिदाकाश में नहीं भी हो सकता है।
होता ही नहीं है। चिदाकाश में कभी एंगर नहीं होता है।
कभी एंगर नहीं होता है।
कभी भी नहीं होता, इम्पॉसिबल है। वहां पे एंगर क्या, कोई काल देश कुछ भी नहीं होता है।
It is changeless always.
हाँ, it is the swarupa of that thing. It is in the form of that thing. डिविनिटी का जो चल रहा है वो सब कुछ बोलते हैं। हाँ, अच्छा, वहां पे चिदाकाश कहाँ पे आता है वो भी मैं बोलता हूँ आपको। समथिंग विच इज चिदाकाश इज देयर, नो। अभी आकाश माने क्या होता है, क्या कुछ? आकाश ये नथिंग होता है ना। उसमें क्या होता है, वो क्या करता है, एक कल्पना से ही वो ब्रह्मदेव को बना देता है। अभी ब्रह्मदेव को बना लेता है माने क्या, ब्रह्मदेव का चित्ताकाश वहां पे आ जाता है, और जो ब्रह्म चित्ताकाश में चलता है वही ब्रह्मांड है।
हाँ, एकदम करेक्ट।
चित्ताकाश है, उस चित्ताकाश में सोमेश्वर का भी चित्ताकाश है, संगीता जी का भी चित्ताकाश है, पृथ्वी का भी अपना चित्ताकाश है, वृक्ष का भी अपना, अलग अलग प्राणियों का, सबका अपना अपना छोटा छोटा।
यस,
गेटिंग इट क्लियर? बट उससे ऊपर क्या है, ब्रह्मदेव के ऊपर क्या है? ब्रह्मदेव की कल्पना करने के लिए कुछ चिदाकाश तो चाहिए ना भाई।
वही तो स्पेस किया।
हाँ, आकाश भी नहीं, something which is not, something which is not fifth element.
Infinite.
Something infinity. And do we know that? We don't know that. नहीं पता हमको उसके बारे में। किससे स्फुरित होता है? वो चैतन्य से। उसके पीछे क्या है? चैतन्य है, और हम लोग चैतन्य को जानते नहीं है।
No, we can't express.
समझने के लिए, where does this all Brahmand happening? It is happening into the Chitta Akasha Brahmadev. Who is the creator? Brahmadev is the creator. Are you getting it? Not that Parabrahma and Brahmadev is different.
Yes.
Brahmadev is an imaginary kalpit figure or symbol who has felt itself separated from the Chaitanya and given the name of Brahmadeva, who has also Aham Brahmasmi.
Yes.
Deva, and then who also has his own chitta, his buddhi, ahankara, smriti, and the mind.
Intellectual.
Intellect, man, memory, charo. It has all these things, and then it has given its physical form called Brahmadeva, Chatushmukhi, Brahmadeva. And he has his own chitta. Now in his chitta he is imagining, I created sun, I created Prithvi, I created Mahabhut, no? And then in that he created Jiva like us, who thinks that I am separate than Brahma.
Then duality comes.
Then duality comes. You getting it?
Yes.
Very clear now.
वेरी क्लियर,
परफेक्ट बैठ जाएगा, है ना?
थैंक यू भैया, थैंक यू भैया।
ओके, चलो आज के सत्र पे यहाँ पे रोक लेते हैं. विल कंक्लूड आवर सेशन एंड देन वी कैन मीट टुमारो. जय गुरुदेव.